As the sun comes up, we'll begin to see more detail, but each of those lights generally corresponds to a hangar. It's a pretty spread out area. The base itself is several miles long.
Now, what exactly is 7 miles long? The lights we're looking at there, or
well, it all depends upon how you measure it. The actual block of land that we know of as Area 51 is about 10 miles by 6 miles. So that block isn't terribly big, but it's surrounded by all this buffer of military land. So it's really a vast area. This whole military complex is about the size of the state of Connecticut and the state of Rhode Island combined. So it's huge.
As the sun begins to rise, these close-up, high-definition views of the most secret base in U.S. history are a television first. But as Pat peers into the base, another mystery appears overhead. Unmarked jets. These flights are rumored to transport workers into Area 51, and their jobs at Area 51 are unknown.
I see a plane coming in.
Does it have that red stripe down the side?
It looks like it. White with a red stripe down the windows.
That's the one. It's bringing the workers in. The workers all come up from Las Vegas and fly on those 737 jets. It's like a scheduled airline. They come in on a regular basis. This early in the morning, they're going to be coming in every half hour.
But the light of daybreak is now giving extremely clear views. The best look at Area 51 ever possible. Taking these images requires equipment beyond the scope of a normal film shoot.
As you can see, we have a very special camera here. Your normal average camera has a 50-millimeter lens, but we've acquired a camera here that has a lens that's 1140 millimeters, allowing us to get unprecedented images of Area 51. This camera is high definition, and Glenn Campbell tells me that there's never been a camera up here of this quality and of this magnification. So we're getting images of Area 51 in high definition, the likes of which people have never seen before.
The camera reveals a giant runway and a string of buildings that make up the bulk of Area 51. These inconspicuously positioned hangars, offices, and airstrips in the middle of the Nevada desert are an enigma. But the biggest mystery of all is this giant hangar, which has only recently been constructed.
I've run out of adjectives. I can say amazing, fantastic, incredible, but they all don't seem to encapsulate the experience. I mean, for someone investigating UFOs, this is the place to be at the right time.
What is happening inside the massive hangar, clearly visible from the top of Tikaboo Peak? The most current satellite imagery of the base reveals the cutting-edge possibilities.
And this big one is really unusual.
A drive near the borders of Area 51 has revealed extraordinary security measures. Discussions with a former CIA pilot have explained a theoretical alien technology being tested. And now, a trek to the only legal vantage point of Area 51 has brought back astounding high-definition images of a giant hangar that have raised more questions about what's happening inside. Ted turns to the most current satellite imagery of the base with aeronautical historian Peter Merlin.
This is the most recent picture we have taken by a satellite of Area 51.
It looks like a really high-quality photo.
Today, Area 51 consists of 24 hangars, 4 runways, numerous dormitories, a radar tower, and even an explosion-proof building. But it didn't start out this expansive.
This is how it looked in the 1950s, when it was called Watertown Airstrip. It was just a simple 5,000-foot asphalt runway, several little hangars, a couple warehouses, some trailers for people to live in. Pretty Spartan conditions.
The base keeps this modest profile for the next 25 years. Then, it explodes.
In the 1980s, there were some dramatic changes. We see a storage area for munitions. The runway has been extended 5,000 feet. They added a new taxiway.
These changes during the 80s happened just before Bob Lazar goes public, claiming the government is testing top-secret aircraft based on alien technology. And now, the most recent satellite images are confirming what Pat saw at the top of Tickaboo Peak.
There are some new hangars down on the south end, and you kind of wonder why they needed a new hangar, because they already had 23 hangars just about. I mean, these others must not be sitting empty. And this big one is really unusual.
What would require a hangar this large? Previous investigations have seen alleged UFOs of many shapes and sizes, but only one type fits this description. The sightings of giant triangles. In 1997 in Phoenix, Arizona.
I saw a large delta-shaped dark object.
In 2004 in Tinley Park, Illinois.
I got it on tape! I got it!
And as recently as 2008 in Wales, in the United Kingdom.
I looked straight into the sky and I saw these strange triangular formations.
A possible military explanation. The stealth blimp has been raised, but the government denies its existence, and many experts ask how it could be hidden from the public.
Disinformation, misinformation program, that's how we keep things secret. They may never be revealed.
But the investigation may have just found its answer inside Area 51. Is this hangar proof of an emerging top-secret technology responsible for UFO sightings over the past decade? The only way to get this answer is to speak with Area 51 employees. As Glenn Campbell pointed out at the top of Tickaboo Peak, most Area 51 employees are transported to the base in white unmarked airplanes, bearing a red stripe down the side. Research by Campbell and others has revealed they are called Janet flights, and they depart daily from McCarran International Airport in Las Vegas. Pat and Glenn are attempting to track these anonymous Janet flights from the ground, while Bill and Mark Farmer are observing the Janet flights from the 18th floor of the Tropicana Hotel, one of the only locations in Las Vegas that provides an actual view of the Janet flight terminal.
Mark is going to track the numbers of the flights that we think are Janet flights. Then we're going to run them on the FAA database and see who owns these planes